Hey there, my forever happy family. It's good to see you. It's good to be here. It's a trying time in our country right now, and you can't miss it. Turn on the TV, even briefly, every channel has some mention, has some comment about what's going on in our country, and it's sad to think about the situation that a lot of people are in. There are people that are taking advantage of these times in order to be destructive and violent. It's kind of sad because the purpose behind it all is somewhat important, right? I think we really need to realize what happened. I don't know George Floyd from Adam. All of these people that their names that are brought on TV and so forth, I don't know them personally, but I do know that what happened to him was sad. It shouldn't have happened. And I do know that there are people who sign up to protect us, to keep us safe, and they abuse the power that goes with that. And so there are evil men in the world. And, it's challenging when you think about, just what you see on the television, what you hear. For me, having lived a good part of my life with an African American family, and having been in a boys' home, and having lived in an area where the population was the majority was black, it's hard for me to see sometimes, because it's not in me. It's not in me to treat another man differently based on their color or their religion or whatever makes them different from me. It's just not how I've been raised. It's not what my parents and mentors and teachers, it's not what they have bred inside of me. Each man, we were created equal, and we are equal in God's eyes. Some people, all of our lives are different, and they intersect at different times to bring different people together at the right moments to help them grow. But I would be completely naive to think that there are not people in government, in the police force, in our military, in our schools. I would be naive to think that racism of any kind doesn't exist. And I want you guys to know that here at Forever Happy, it's about being happy. And the way we can be happy in life is to be, to live with each other harmoniously, right? If we all live together in harmony, life becomes so much easier. It's tough for everybody. And, you can say there are those people out there that, were born into money, or it was handed to them, or, some people just made the right decisions at the right time, and they were financially able to benefit from that. But all in all, life is tough. It's tough for all of us. And do I think that unfunding or defunding the police force is a solution? I don't think that is. I think that opens us up to all different types of criminality to happen. So I don't think that's the right answer. I do think that there needs to be some checks and balances, because there are evil people out there. There are people that prey upon the weak and take advantage of others through the use of the power that they have. I learned in the military it's about positional power. So they're in a position of power, and they abuse that, and that's wrong. That's evil, right? We should be using our position of power to help bring up those around us and make them grow and be happy and have a wonderful life. That's just how it should be. And so that's, my heart goes out to all those that have lost their lives. In the last few weeks or months, it's just been crazy. I mean, the fact that we have the coronavirus and we've been told to stay inside, and tons of people have lost their jobs. Millions of people have been impacted by this. And now we have one moment in time, 8 minutes and 46 seconds of time, that we saw an evil man perform an evil act. And I think we as society have reached a point where we need to change. And I mean change as in doing something. I always learned that you can say you're sorry a million times, but until you change your actions and show that you truly are sorry and you have changed, it doesn't mean anything. So all the people that say they're sorry and so forth, let's do something about it, right? Join me in lifting our fellow man up, and woman for that matter. Lift us all up so that we can all be successful. So, I challenge you to be that person. Because if each of us just does one random act of kindness, start each month. Dedicate yourself to one random act of kindness each month, and go from there, right? Hopefully we can get to a place where we're all just doing random acts of kindness every day and making life better for everyone. Because I found that by doing things for others and getting outside of myself, it really helps me on the inside. Whether it's going to homeless shelters and serving food, going to volunteer out at Habitats for Humanity and help build homes for people who don't have them. That's what, in my mind, the Lord wants us to do. Those of us that have should help those who have not. And money, it corrupts everybody. The financial aspect of, it's just, that's why I would rather volunteer time instead of sending money to somebody and hope they spend it for what I want it to be spent for. So I just wanted to kind of, give you my view on what's going on. I know, to me, when I see a lot of it, it's hard for me to believe that people can be evil inside and do things like that. But that exists. There are people out there that are like that. And we have to weed them out, bring them forward, and get rid of them. And the only way we can do that is through criminal justice reform, through holding those in power accountable, even our elected leaders, everything. We've got to hold them accountable. We vote, we elect them in there, and we need to hold them accountable for what they should be doing, how they should be taking care of us, right? We elect people because we think they're going to take care of us in our part of the world, right? This is a giant country, and you know what happens in Chicago, Minneapolis, Los Angeles, New York. I mean, it doesn't impact me in a big way. In a global scale, it could. Look at, I mean, with George Floyd in Minneapolis, it's affecting the entire country and the world. But take a look at the people that are involved in that. Some of it is serious people who want to see things better for people, to see things better for everybody. But there are other people in this that are trying to take advantage of it for their own personal gain, right? Defacing monuments of, historically, you know, they're monuments to recognize people who helped build up the black community, and they're being defaced. So that frustrates me. But all in all, you know, we really need to look at how we can lift our fellow Americans up, our fellow Earthians, let's say, so that they can live a good life too. So that's kind of what I want to share with you today. I hope you've enjoyed some of our travel videos. There's always the 5 steps for being forever happy. And I encourage you to subscribe, ring the bell, so you'll be notified when a new video is up. And look for another kind of few steps. I'm trying to put it together of what I do to try to keep my relationship with Linda, keep it fresh, keep it new. And so that's going to be coming up. Those steps are going to be coming up in a future series, so stay tuned for that. And as always, in this trying time, please stay safe, keep smiling, and be happy. Until next time, goodbye.